Let's go to discover the secrets behind the Mongol Empire's rise. At its height in the 13th century, it became the world's largest contiguous land empire. But this is not just a story of victory. It is a story of terror, bloodshed, and a ruthless struggle for dominance. It all started with a man named Temujin, better known as Genghis Khan. Born around 1162, he emerged from the obscurity of tribal conflict to unite the Mongol tribes. His life was defined by survival. His father was poisoned, his family abandoned, and he was enslaved. Experiences made him a tireless warrior and a strategic mastermind. But Genghis Khan wasn't just a warrior. He was a visionary. In 1206, after defeating his rivals, he declared himself universal ruler, Genghis Khan, and set his sights beyond the Mongol realm. His army, renowned for its unparalleled speed, archery skills and psychological warfare, swept across Asia like a storm. In 1211, they attacked the Jin dynasty in northern China. The Mongols used brutal tactics, slaughtering entire cities and using captured prisoners as human shields. They sent a sobering message: surrender, or face total destruction. And that message resonated. In 1219, when the Khwarezmiya Empire dared to insult Genghis Khan by killing his ambassadors, his wrath knew no bounds. Genghis Khan carried out a campaign of revenge so merciless that he completely destroyed the Khwarezmiya Empire. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara were laid waste, their populations massacred or enslaved. Some historians estimate that millions died in this campaign alone. The Mongols were experts in psychological warfare. They often rescued survivors to spread stories of the horrors they had witnessed. Stories of pyramids made of the skulls of the slain, stories of rivers running red with blood. The entire civilization trembled at the mere rumor of the Mongols' approach. After Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his successors wanted to keep things calm and prevent any trouble. They were worried that if people found out that he was dead, it might cause problems or fights over who would lead next. To stop him, they killed everyone who knew about his death, including important people and potential rivals. Thus, they could keep the empire stable and unified, ensuring that Genghis Khan's death did not cause chaos or challenges to his rule. By the time of Genghis Khan's death in 1227, the Mongol Empire stretched from the Yellow Sea in the east to the Caspian Sea in the west. But death did not slow their spread. His successors, known as Khans, were just as ruthless. Under the leadership of his grandson Bata Khan, the Mongols turned westward. In 1237, a Mongol army invaded Kievan Rus. The city of Kiev was abolished. Bata Khan's forces razed it to the ground, leaving only smoking ruins where a thriving city once stood. Thousands were slaughtered, and the survivors enslaved or left for dead. The Mongols didn't stop there. Next was Europe. In 1241, they annihilated the Hungarian and Polish armies, leaving Europe on the brink of total destruction. Only the death of the great Khan Ojedi drew them back, allowing a complete conquest of Europe. The Mongols were not invincible. In 1260, they suffered an extraordinary defeat at the Battle of Ain Goliath against the Mamluks in modern-day Israel. This was the beginning of their downfall. Internal strife also began to tear the empire apart. Genghis Khan's descendants fought bitterly over succession and territory. The once united empire split into rival dynasties: the Golden Horde, the Ilkhanate, the Chagatai dynasty, and the Yuan dynasty in China. Each followed his own interests, and the Mongol alliance that had once terrorized the world disintegrated. Despite their fragmentation, the legacy of Mongol brutality left a permanent mark on history. They reshaped entire regions, killed millions of people, and disrupted civilizations. Yet, in their wake, they also left roads for trade, fostered cultural exchange, and connected distant parts of the world in ways previously unimaginable. The Mongol Empire was an empire built on blood and bone, a brutal testament to the power of fear, the will to conquer, and the relentless ambition of one man and his descendants. And as their empire falls, the world they left behind will never be the same. This was the brutal full story of the Mongol Empire.